Why should you avoid the Colorado mountains like the plague? This sounds a bit dramatic, I know. And obviously I live here, I love it here, and I sell real estate here. So I'm not exactly rooting against the place, but the truth is the mountains of Colorado just aren't for everybody. So today I'm gonna give you the reasons I would avoid the Colorado mountains. Not because they're bad, but because these are the things people underestimate. And if any of these sound like deal breakers for you, that's good to know now before you spend a few $1,000,000 and realize, oh no, I bought the wrong lifestyle. Now let's start with the altitude because this is the one that hits people immediately. The Colorado mountains are high. Breckenridge sits around 9,600 feet, and some people just never really adjust to it. I've had travelers come from all over the world who are excited to ski, hike, hang out, and by day 2, they're just wrecked. Headaches, fatigue, can't sleep, no appetite, shortness of breath, basically every symptom you can imagine. And if you're older, and you have breathing issues currently, heart issues, or generally anything where oxygen matters, you really need to take that seriously. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, but beware. When my parents first came out here, I mean, they're in fairly decent shape and the altitude still beat them up. We had cans of oxygen around the house, and every time they come now, I basically keep a couple stashed away because they say that it helps. But from living here and seeing people come through, hydration matters. Taking it slow matters. And actually eating some carbs can help at altitude. So if you're on some strict no carb thing, maybe don't make your first Breckenridge weekend the time you decide to be a hero. Also, like, eat pasta. It's awesome. I'm Italian, so I'm a little biased, but do it. Bigger point is this. If you're thinking about retiring here or spending long stretches here, don't just visit for 3 perfect days and assume that you're gonna be okay. You have to spend real time here. A week, 2 weeks, a month, if you can, and just like see how your body responds. Because the altitude, again, it just does not care what your net worth is. So spend a little bit of time here before you decide to make the move. The second reason I would avoid the Colorado mountains is the sun. I know, surprising. And this is gonna surprise people because they think sunburn is all about heat, right? It's not. You can absolutely get cooked up here because the UV is stronger at altitude. The air is dry and snow can reflect the sun right back at you. So it's coming from above, the sun, bouncing from below, the snow, and suddenly you look like a lobster and you're wondering how the heck that even happened when it wasn't even hot out. A case in point, I've been burned out while skiing. I mean, a common thing out here and an easy way to point out a ski bum is to notice the goggle tan that they have, because the goggles will cover the eyes, but it won't cover the cheeks. And so when the sun is out, they'll end up getting this tan on the lower half of their face and a goggle print on the top half. That's how you know that person absolutely shreds. So if your skin is sensitive or you're not good about sunscreen, hats, sunglasses, all that stuff, Colorado mountain sunshine can become a problem very quickly. The third reason I would avoid the mountains is the winter. I know, you're thinking, well, don't people move here for the winter? Just bear with me. Skiing, snowboarding, fireplace, hot tub, I get it. That's why I came here too, partially. But after living here for almost 10 years, I will tell you this, winter is long. And if you're not truly a winter person, that starts to wear on you. You'll see a lot of people who love being here in the summer, but when the shoulder season hits or when the winter feels endless, they're basically gone. And honestly, I get it. One of my favorite examples was back around 2019, right? We had this ridiculous snow year. It was like all time. There was one stretch where it felt like it dumped 4 feet in a week, and we were skiing powder every day. My legs were so cooked, I could barely enjoy all of the snow because physically, my legs were just done. Mentally, I was like, let's go shred this pow. Legs were like, heck no. And the season just kept going, right? So if you want a place that gives you a nice little 3-month winter and then a normal spring, this is not that place. The fourth reason I would avoid the Colorado mountains is tourism. And I want to say this carefully because tourism is our economy. Tourism is why a lot of businesses exist here. It's why a lot of locals have jobs. It's why my job exists. People want to come here, and I'm very thankful for that. But as a local who's been here for 10 years, tourism can be a lot, especially around major holidays. This place just feels completely different. Christmas, New Year's, right? Everybody else has the same idea. And the hard part in a mountain county is we don't have 40 different roads to get around. So when the county swells with visitors, you feel it everywhere. Traffic, parking lots, trailheads, ski areas, all of it. So if you're the type of person who gets really frustrated by crowds, tourists, traffic, or waiting, you either need to plan around the busy windows or avoid those times completely. The fifth reason I'd avoid the Colorado mountains is wildfire risk, smoke, and insurance. This one has become a much bigger conversation over the last few years. Even if a fire isn't like right next to you, smoke can still travel from Colorado, Utah, wherever, and just sit in the mountains. And when that happens, the air actually can get really rough. Then there's the property side of this. Wildfire risk is something insurance companies are paying serious attention to right now. I recently had clients close on a mountain home, and a month after closing, State Farm dropped them because the home was considered too wooded and too much of a wildfire risk. Thankfully, I had a local insurance broker who got them insured basically the next day. So it didn't turn into, a disaster. But this is exactly why I keep talking about insurability before you buy. Basically, the overarching theme is you can't assume that insurance is just going to be easy, especially up here in the mountains. The sixth reason I'd avoid the mountains is the cost of living. This one keeps a lot of people away, and honestly, it should. The mountains are expensive, housing is expensive, groceries are expensive, gas is expensive. Everything has to be trucked in. In Summit County, the average home value is floating right around that $1 million range, and Breckenridge is higher than that, it's right around 1.5 to 1.6. And that's not necessarily some brand new jaw-dropping luxury home, right? That's gonna be older inventory. If you want something lower priced, you're usually talking about a small condo in select pockets, and even those are not cheap by normal standards. Pre-pandemic, you could find certain one-bedroom condos around Breckenridge for numbers that now feel fake. Some of those have doubled. Even our home here in Silverthorne has gained a significant amount of equity since we bought it, basically a little over 30%. That's great if you own, but if you're trying to get in, obviously it can price out a lot of people. And the cost of building is its own animal on its own. I can make a whole other video about this. Now, there is an upside to all of this if you're entrepreneurial. Resort communities create a ton of opportunity for people who are willing to start service-based businesses and actually show up. Key point there. I've seen people build serious businesses here because they're dependable in a place where dependable is the real value. But if you're relying on a normal job and trying to buy into a $1 million housing market, unfortunately, that's an equation that really doesn't add up. So if you're not already financially comfortable or you don't have a plan for how you're going to earn here, the mountains, unfortunately, can be very unforgiving. Seventh reason I'd avoid the Colorado mountains is infrastructure and convenience. This is not the suburbs. This is not a major metro area. You need every medical specialist 5 minutes away, every store you could imagine, endless restaurant variety, and Amazon showing up like magic in 45 minutes. Mountain living is going to frustrate you. I think Prime is like 4 days right now, 3 days at best. Summit County has a hospital, which is great. But if you need major surgery or specialized care, you may be going down to Denver. And depending on weather, roads, and what's going on, that's not just like a simple little drive, plus the traffic, the weather, and the occasional shutdown at the Eisenhower Tunnel. Shopping is the same thing. We've got practical stuff: Target, Lowe's, grocery stores, outlets, local shops, restaurants, basically most of what you need. But if you want endless shopping options, luxury retail, big city convenience, you're probably driving down to the Front Range or planning ahead. And then there's the housing stock itself. A lot of mountain inventory is older. This doesn't automatically mean bad. My own home was built in 1966, and the previous owners did a really good job maintaining it. Structurally, mechanically, it all works. We made some cosmetic changes, and we love it. We wouldn't trade it for the world. But some older homes are rough. And what makes it harder is that some sellers know people want the lifestyle badly enough that they'll still ask wild prices for homes that look like they're living in 1978. And I'll say it very bluntly, there are some greedy sellers in mountain markets. No offense, guys. And it's not all sellers, but some. They haven't updated the home, they don't want to fix anything, they still want top dollar pricing because they know land is scarce and demand is real. And to their credit, and truly crazy part, is that buyers pay it. I don't know why, but they do. Well, I obviously know why. But it's still crazy that they pay premium pricing for, vintage 1960s pink toilets. So if you're buying here, you need to know what you're looking at. And then I'll add one more bonus reason, because this one sneaks up on people. Isolation. The mountains are beautiful, but they can feel isolating if you're not wired for it. In the winter, travel is harder. Some restaurants close or cut hours, friends leave town for warmer places, the social rhythm can change, and if you're used to constant activity, endless options, and always having people around, there are times when the mountains can just kind of feel a little bit small, which I like. But you might not, and we're talking to you, right? Again, some people love that, I love it, but again, not everybody does. So here's the real takeaway. I'm not telling you to avoid the Colorado mountains because they're bad. I'm telling you to avoid them if you're buying the fantasy and ignoring the reality. But if you understand all of that and you still love it, then this place is a no-brainer. And that's the difference. The people who are happiest here are not the people who think it's perfect. They're the people who understand the trade-offs and still say, yeah, this is worth it. So if you're thinking about buying a mountain home in Colorado and you want someone to help you separate the dream from the reality, just reach out to me. You can call me, text me, or email me. We'll walk through the town, the neighborhood, the home, the insurance, the access, the maintenance profile, and whether this actually fits how your family wants to live. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video, and I will see you in the next one.